Alright, from Tree Brewing Company, Kelowna, we got some crisp, refreshing Pilsner. I believe that's the Ogo Pogo Monster on the can. Let's crack this bad boy open and see how she tastes. Alright, it's motherfucking beer time. Got some good old Pilsner right here. Oh, I don't mind this stuff at all. Holy crap, what a crazy year so far. The Canadian dollars took a huge plunge. Closed today for the first time since, I don't know when, like 2003, 2006. It closed under 70 cents compared to the US dollar. Which is gonna make it pretty interesting because I order probably 90% of my parts for my Jeep or anything else from the United States, but with the low dollar, I'm gonna have to start looking into alternative options or start being pretty creative until the dollar goes back up, because otherwise any kind of projects that I work on is gonna get really expensive. So I need to find some local suppliers that aren't going to be too expensive compared to the American pricing, which the American pricing is usually extremely good, but it's the duty and taxes. Now, like I said, the exchange rate is fucking gonna rape you, butt rape you. So I'm glad I got an abundance of parts that should keep me going on some projects for a while, and I'm hoping to help some other people this year too. I'd like to help people with projects with their Jeeps or anything else, anybody that's local. That's my goal for this year, because good thing I had two of these beers. Oh fuck, she's coming up, she's coming up. Yeah, so they're even saying that the price of oil is gonna drop down to maybe 20, maybe even possibly $10 a barrel. Now, honestly, I can see that, because the only reason why we're in this mess is because oil companies haven't cut back in production. Now, normally OPEC would cut back in production and they would regulate the oil prices that way. But when they cut back, other markets step in. So they were slowly losing control of the market. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's just a theory that I've been reading. So they said they're not going to regulate it, it's gonna let the market settle itself. So basically, the company's all gonna sit down and bite the bullet and, you know, stop production. We got way too much production right now, overflowing of oil. I mean, what's gonna come down to is only the strong survive. So any of the small oil companies that are probably new startup or junior companies, once the price of oil keeps on dropping, they're gonna go under. There's actually been quite a few junior oil companies that have already shut down. So it's going to be an interesting year. 2015 was a bad year. I suspect 2016 is going to get a whole lot worse. And, you know, a lot of people don't think oil and gas is going to affect the economy, but it all trickles down. It all trickles down. And a lot of people are probably going to see that effect. A lot of people are starting to see it now, but more people are going to probably see it about halfway through the year. As consumer goods, people are going to start buying less and less of that because they don't have the money to spend on things that they would spend on previously. So those are some of my theories as far as the upcoming year. I have quite a few people that work in the oil and gas, and a lot of them haven't been out and worked all that much this year. You know, they've been telling them that, you know, they're going to start up and then the project's been delayed. So, I don't know. It's, I think it's going to be a pretty stressful year for a lot of families. You know, last year they said Alberta had about 100,000 people unemployed. So one thing too, once the people who are on unemployment right now run out of unemployment, they're no longer going to be counted in the system. So it's going to be hard to tell just how many people are unemployed. But I can tell you right now, for one thing, crime is up a hell of a lot. Like, I'm on the Facebook group for the community that I live in, and you know, people are posting from surrounding communities. There's been an upset of vehicle thefts. There's been a whole bunch of break-ins in people's houses. You know, people leave their vehicle running on the street to warm it up in the morning. Thieves come along, steal it, doing whatever they can, even down to the point that they're stealing license plates to go do crimes. So that's how desperate people are getting. You know, myself, I don't approve of it, but you know what they say, desperate times calls for desperate measures. Anyways, it's motherfucking beer time. I'm gonna get going for this video. I wanna know what your guys' thoughts are, what's gonna happen this year in the economy as far as oil prices go, the falling Canadian dollar, the turmoil in Europe with the refugees and rape crisis on New Year's Eve, all that bullshit. I wanna know what your guys' thoughts are and what this year is gonna bring. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later.